And hello, hockey fans. This is Jared Fowler coming to you live from the great state of Texas. Out to my newest subscriber, Sit Drunk Gamer from the state of Colorado. Sit Drunk the Gamer from the state of Colorado. Appreciate you watching my videos earlier today. We've been chatting, and so he's glad you enjoyed the video. And with his team, the Denver Cutthroats, my team, the Austin Ice Bats, will be bringing you for a game today against the Laredo Bucks. And there you see the standings for the Metropolitan Division. And there you see the Grand Prairie Racers, record of 24-5-4, best record in the league so far. There you see in the Atlantic Division, the Shreveport Mudbugs currently leading that division with 44 points, 2 points ahead of the second place Halifax Havoc. And over in the Pacific Division, the Arlington Wings, a team that beat the Austin Ice Bats in overtime earlier this season, 23-9-3. And in the Central Division, the Austin Ice Bats, 29-3. They are leading the division by 1 point. Second place tie between the San Antonio Dragons and the Houston Aeros. And tonight, the Bats will be taking on the Laredo Bucks, who are Bats and the Bucks are currently 1-1 against each other this season. As the Bats took the first meeting in Austin, Laredo taking the second meeting, handing the Bats their first regular season loss of the season. And Laredo currently in one of the wild card spots in the Central Division, 16-9-7. The Bats are 29-3. And thank you to those who were also enjoying my videos earlier, my earlier broadcasts this season. And of course, I like to go the old traditional way of hockey: white at home, dark colored jerseys on the road, and after the All-Star break, I'll flip-flop it like they do in the minor leagues. So here we go, Bats against the Bucks in Austin. As I mentioned earlier in one of my earlier broadcasts, the Laredo Bucks are 10 years in the Central Hockey League, two-time President's Cup champions, and they ceased operations before moving to St. Charles, Missouri, a suburb of St. Louis, to become the St. Charles Chill, where they only lasted one season. But now the Bucks will be coming back as a Tier 2 junior team in the brand new USA CHL.
They just have a great confidence about them, understanding and knowing who they are, the structure that they play with, and know that they can play with any team in the entire National Hockey League. But a very confident bunch each and every night.
Austin's identity has been on full display all season long as they sit near the top of the league standings. They
you see the league standings so far this season. Of course, the Grand Prairie Racers' best record in the league.
We direct our attention to the nets.
And there's my goaltender Corey Cooper starting. He's getting the start for the Bats tonight. 13-4-1, 260 goals against average, 914 save percentage. The Bats did squeak by the Waco Wizards just a couple of nights ago, and there you see Pat Nagel, the starting goaltender for the Laredo Bucks, 3-2, as they will be going with their backup goaltender. And Bats were just barely able to squeak by the Waco Wizards, the team with the worst record in the league. So I think a lot of that was due to the Wizards' acquisition of enforcer Keith Ollie. See if the Bats can get going early here.
Banked right ahead. Got that pass in the corner.
Got a center and pass, but
he's got it in deep. Stays on side to the middle. Nice play with the stick. Nothing more will come. Shoots. Terrific shot, but a great point-blank save.
Not often you're all alone in front of the goaltender from this area of the ice. Great save. This is what they wanted from the start.
Oh.
Need to get rid of it.
Good sliding block by the Bucks.
Laredo's in control of the puck in neutral ice. Shoots.
Take away his angle.
Save. What magic
getting
even
away
to
from
get
Cooper
there and
there.
get the shot off.
Let's get a line change.
Goalie out of the net, puck on his stick. Puck is thrown to Ehrhoff.
Let's knock him off the puck, but he was able to get it.
Ahead. Puck's loose off the enemy this time. Has it in his own end.
Trying to get a breakaway.
Still with possession and with, waffle boarded. Loose puck brought in by Carlson. Still on the move in center ice. Gets across, looks over his options. He throws it there. Great stick save.
Get a cover on that one.
Right now, so it's a chance to hear from Ray Ferraro.
Schwartz can't do much more than he's done this season. He's won way more games than he's lost. He's been a consistent performer.
5-3-2 in my last 10 games.
Look back at your goaltender, as you guys know, all you want is consistency and the ability to make
the Bucks have played me tough this season.
He's done that.
Many thanks, Ray.
And they did hand me my first regulation loss of the season back in Laredo.
Defense to offense, begun by Carlson.
Get a face-off back in the zone.
Shot back down for an icing, and back it will come into their zone again. It's probably noisy at the bench, but Ray can hear us. You're on, man.
The bat season has been pretty bland so far. A couple of wins, a couple of losses. That's okay early in the season, guys. But now as we reach the mid-season mark, they need to find some spark. They need to find a little energy. It's been missing on too many nights.
Thanks very much, Ray.
Yeah.
Corral.
Here we go. Get it.
Play. Shoots. Wonderful save.
There we go. Up 1-0. Right place at the right time. Got a rebound goal. And that's Rob Linsmeyer with his 6th of the season. 7:18 into the first. Bats lead 1-0.
Especially scoring goals off the rebound. Pucks to the net need to be deflected into the corner. Because the goaltender can't do that, the goal scorer is able to pounce on the rebound.
Some shots, only one goal.
A lot of opportunities.
12:42 left in the first. Got a 1-0 lead. Linsmeyer got his 6th of the season. Chatham and Jean on the assist.
And it's a good pick.
Can't underestimate the Bucks, though. They have played me tough.
Laredo's lugging it along in neutral ice. Shoots one. Save. Takes that pass. Looking for a better lane.
And one thing I did for my custom league, I used ECHL players to make it a little more even match. And of course, we got NHL free agency and added some NHL players along the way. Mine were mainly with AHL players. Of course, Corey Cooper. I created him along with one of my leading scorers, Kelly Smart. And Kelly Smart was an actual hockey player that played for the Austin Ice Bats back in the mid-90s, late 2000s. He's going kind of up and down with the Bats and the Houston Aeros as well. And the Aeros and the Bats at the time were the affiliates of the Minnesota Wild. Of course, the Aeros have since moved from Houston to Des Moines, Iowa, to be the Iowa Wild, and that was due to Houston Rockets owner at the time, Les Alexander, unable to come to a lease agreement on the Toyota Center. But now we got Tillman Fertitta, the new owner of the Houston Rockets, and he earlier this year he mentioned he is interested in bringing an NHL team to Houston. And I think Houston will be a great acquisition to the NHL. I mean, they do have a hockey-ready arena.
You want to score goals, you have to go to this area.
Of course, I am a Dallas Stars fan. And I think Stars-Arrows rivalry would be great for the league and great for the state of Texas. And of course, Dallas and Houston, big rivalry between the two cities. Of course, we got the Cowboys against the Texans, and we have the Rangers against the Astros. And in basketball, we have the Mavericks against the Houston Rockets.
This one comes into the possession of the guy who's supposed to stop all these. Moving it now in the defensive zone.
And on Twitter, I follow Daniel Soder. He is a local hockey player in the city of Houston. And follow him on Facebook as well. And he's been kind of leading a charge for Tillman Fertitta to get a lot of signatures on a petition he's passed around online to get Tillman Fertitta's attention to get a team in Houston.
The Bats have control of the puck in the defensive zone.
But I think, as the Cubs once said, it's going to happen. And I think, Houston, you are going to have a team.
One skill by both
probably sometime in the near future. Of course, the next expansion team is likely to be in Seattle. They already applied for an expansion team, application for an expansion team, and it looks like Laredo just tied the game, and that's exactly what happened. Bucks tie the game. 1-1, 3:22 left in the first period. Let's see what happened. They don't know how that got past Cooper. Jimmy Scotsma.
Sure had a couple of different options here. He could pass
and
or
just
shoot.
Got past him.
He
Right.
decided on the latter and beat the goaltender clean.
Schwartz is not able to stop the puck here.
Right in between his arms.
Positioning. He gets a big chunk of it, but it still works his way through.
No, the Bucks have tied the game. 3:22 left in the first period. Scotsma is 10th of the season. Ehrhoff and Frazier on the assist.
And they've won the faceoff. Austin's up the wing, setting things up.
But as I mentioned on Facebook yesterday, Jose Altuve, Astros shortstop, is also in favor of getting a team in Houston. And replied to one of his comments on Twitter yesterday, or a couple days ago. And I think it would be a great idea for the city of Houston, nation's fourth largest city.
Clean win on the draw. Great opportunity.
But I also think it would be a great idea if the Stars should play an exhibition game at the Toyota Center in Houston, kind of like what the St. Louis Blues do, play a couple exhibition games in Kansas City every year. Kansas City wouldn't be a bad place to have a hockey team. And it looks like almost lost the lead there.
Better opportunities than that. Great save.
Guys, we've seen several examples of this position, yet courageously.
One day I look for the Arrows to make a comeback in the National Hockey League, and we'll have a Lone Star hockey rivalry. One that I would very much like to see.
Austin's prevailed on another face-off.
Just a few moments ago, the Bucks tied the game. Was able to get one past Corey Cooper.
Up the wing, lugged the puck.
As I mentioned before, Cooper spent some time in Waco a couple of seasons, an all-star goaltender for the Waco Wizards back in the 90s, before playing a season with former coach Todd Lalonde and Fort Worth.
And he steps across the line.
So I decided to bring Coop back to the Austin Ice Bats. I'm trying to get one more shot in. So that's the end of the first period. It's Austin Ice Bats 1, Laredo Bucks 1.
So it's 1-1.
Listen up, fans. For tonight only, all team jerseys are 15% off regular price with the presentation of your ticket stub. Get yours before.
But Cooper against Waco gave up 5 goals.
Deficit became a tie.
I mean, they had against Waco a couple nights ago. The Bats had a 3-0 lead.
As we go to break.
And of course, the big fight between Keith Ollie and Kellen Lane. Ollie won that fight and kind of got the Wizards fired up. 4 unanswered goals before the Bats tied the game, and then on the power play, Wizards were able to get a power play goal. Then in the last minute, the Bats tie the game, sending it in overtime, and just 30 seconds into the overtime period, winning it in overtime. So the Bats were able to get by the Wizards a couple of nights ago in Waco. There you see a 1-1 hockey game between the Bats and the Bucks. And there you see the Bucks out with more shots, 13-8. Time on the attack. Bats at 302, Laredo 154. Faceoffs 1, 5 for the Bats, 3 for the Bucks. Bats 0 for 1 on the breakaways. No penalties called here after the first period. Getting ready for the second period now here in Austin. Big capacity crowd on hand here at the Geico Center.
Second period underway, and we are.
Bats win the draw. Looked like it was going to be an icing call, but Nagel was able to got a stick on that one. Christian Ehrhoff, NHL player, playing for the Laredo Bucks.
Gets in. What'll he do? Turned a shot on net. Save.
He gets stopped by Corey Cooper.
Didn't handle it very well. Free puck. That one's flopped in.
Bucks out of the zone. Bats looking for an attack. Here we go. Milan McCulloch. And we got a breakaway. Can McCulloch take the lead? No, he can't. And a good save by Pat Nagel. And that one just trickles into the net. A goal for the Bats. And it looks like it's Jerry D'Amigo. 8th goal of the season at 2:14 of the second period. And that one just got past Pat Nagel into the back of the net.
He had a big chunk of it, but it worked its way into the net.
The Bats have broken the tie, and we're still in the second period.
Bats have broken the tie with 17:46, 2-1. Bats with the lead.
Solid win at center ice. Now what? Right near the line. Napped by Earhart. Austin setting things up at center. It's dumped in. Takes it behind his own cage. Team changing. Laredo's controlling play through center. Fantastic shutdown. That puck's loose, defended away by Brown.
Not a good place to lose the puck there.
Smith. He works it along with a pass off the boards.
Hey, safety never sleeps, boys. It looked like he was going to try and pass this right through his own goal crease, but he banked it off the boards to his partner.
Look out. And Laredo just tied it again. Garrett Thompson, his 11th of the season, 5:03.
You want to score goals, you got to get to this area of the
So
ice.
the Bucks were able to answer right back.
Become a default position for the goaltender, Edzo. And while the
It looks
shot
like
is
a
nice, he's down in
triple
that
deep by
butterfly
Garrett
position
Thompson
way
and right
too
through the
quick.
5-hole, Corey Cooper.
Laredo's
And
got
once
this
again,
game
we're
even
tied.
up now, and we're still in the second period.
Thompson with his 11th, Earhoff and Skapsma on the assist.
In the second. Both teams have connected twice.
And Laredo with all the momentum.
It's an onside play.
Christian Earhart, and by number 22, time of the goal.
That is
There we go.
defense. Drag between the blue lines. Puck loose, now picked up. Blocked away. The Bats looking to head man up the wing.
Slap shot.
Got the iron with the shot.
Well, one thing I got to do is stop turning
Up
the puck
wing,
over.
Moving along. Chip to Carlson. Laredo's on the move along the boards. Taken over again.
And
Oh,
another
he's got
breakaway.
this
Can I
one,
get the
but
lead
can
here?
they catch up to him?
Backhand.
Shot,
Nope.
point blank save.
You want to score goals, you have to go to this area. You got to find a way to put it into net.
This will make you sick to your stomach. It beat the goaltender.
Well,
but
as I
not the
mentioned
crossbar.
earlier, Setdruck the Gamer was my newest subscriber to my YouTube channel. Commented on one of my videos, and when I was the Bats, I played against the Denver Cutthroats,
Quick work
his
on the
former
faceoff.
team.
Right on
And the
his stick
Cutthroats,
on
as I
centering
mentioned before,
pass.
a short-lived organization in the old Central Hockey League. Didn't last very long. They only lasted 2 seasons,
Now it's directed to
but they made the
Desjardins.
playoffs both years
Into the end of attack.
before and being ousted in the first round their first season by the eventual President's Cup champion Allen
And he
Americans.
dumps it in.
And then they made it all the way to the finals their second year,
Fires.
and then ceased operations at the end of the 2014 season, I believe.
Tries to get it on net.
And unfortunately, the Cutthroats decided to cease operations, take a year off, because the
Up the wing, he keeps
CHO
on
was
going.
basically
Thrown in.
ceasing operations as well, and the remaining teams
Decides on the area
still in
behind.
operation will be going to the ECHL,
He's got that
but the
one. Let's see
Cutthroats
what
never
happens.
returned.
Dumped
Right in the
in.
old Denver Coliseum,
Great take,
and that was
dangerous area.
the Gamers. That was his favorite team. He says he misses that team, but of course Colorado is a good hockey state with the
Good
Colorado
intercept. Might
Avalanche.
Turn into something here.
See if I can take the lead. No.
Laredo's in their own end, lugging it along. Gets in, looks over his options here. Stick handling failed a little bit there, puck loose. Right, here's a long pass, and it's on the money. Hammered, save.
No. Oh man, knocked right
Hanging
into the
on to it
goalie
in their own end.
and had it set up perfect in front of the net.
Right near the line, can he keep it going? A shot, save.
No, just wide.
Skates out with it. A shot.
There you go. Get it. No.
No
Stick left got
shadow
me
of the
again.
boards here. Gains the zone.
Come on, get it.
Lets a shot go.
Just cover it, cover it.
Stick
There we go.
save. Held there for a face-off coming up next.
Of course, we have the reveal of NHL 19 coming back, the World of Shell outdoor games. I think it'd be a good addition. I think they really wanted to concentrate.
O'Reilly's
EA
lost
wanted to
another
concentrate on the
Through
game
neutral zone, skating with it
with
now.
the skating aspect of the game, the gameplay, improved gameplay. But a lot of people were disappointed. I read on Twitter and of course YouTube. They're a little disappointed that they weren't going to bring the Frostbite engine, which is currently in FIFA and Madden. But I saw as in another YouTube video, I guess the main reason they wanted to concentrate on improving the gameplay before going to the Frostbite engine. But I look for that. Frostbite engine is a very unbelievable, very realistic gaming engine being used by EA on the Madden series and the FIFA soccer series. One day it can come to the NHL series, and I think it's going to be a great addition. I've been playing this game for a very, very long time, back since 1998.
Lets it go.
Well,
Terrific challenge. Outstanding save.
and I really like all the other leagues they have in this game. I almost took the lead there. Don't know what happened.
Looking to make a play from his own end towards center.
But I really like enjoying creating teams and creating my own league. I think another good addition would be to allow to share your creations, and like other players download your creations and use it in their game as well. I mean, MLB The Show does it. I think NHL should do it a bit. Of course, we have a Hockey Ultimate Team, and everybody, the highly popular EA Sports Hockey League. So we get an icing call here.
Could this be icing? And
3 seconds left in the second, and 2-2 hockey game. But I think a couple of leagues that EA should think about adding would probably be the United States Hockey League to go along with the Central Hockey League in Canada, as well as the North American Hockey League. Some old WPHL and CHL teams are currently operating as junior teams. And of course, the Shreveport Mudbugs, we created them in this game as well. They recently won the North American Hockey League Robertson Cup. And as I mentioned earlier in my other broadcast, I mean, Shreveport is very passionate about their hockey team. They love the Mudbugs. They lasted for over 12 seasons in the Shreveport-Bossier City area.
This is the one we chose because it tied the game up.
They won their fourth President's Cup championship in 2011, but of course the recession and was really taking a toll on the country. And fortunately, the Mudbugs, despite winning their fourth championship due to declining attendance, weren't just able to survive. They couldn't find a buyer for the team to keep it going, and of course playing in the CenturyLink Center in Bossier City. But back in 2016, they decided to bring back the Mudbugs in the North American Hockey League. Of course, Scott Muscat, coach, a former Shreveport Mudbug player and coach, still resides in the city of Shreveport. He is currently with the team in the front office. Of course, I follow the Mudbugs on YouTube and Twitter as well. So congratulations to the city of Shreveport and the Shreveport Mudbugs, another championship to the Shreveport-Bossier City area. And we'll take a look at the second period stats here. 2-2 hockey game between the Bats and the Bucks. 22 shots on goal for the Bats, 18 for Laredo. Time on the attack, 5:24 for the Bats, 3:32 for the Bucks. And faceoffs won, 9 for the Bats, 6 for the Bucks. And the Ice Bats 0 for 3 on the breakaway. Getting ready for a third and final period of this game here.
Third period underway, tie score. Possession taken over by McCollum. And snapped to Bell. In front. Fires.
Perfect position, get it.
Down and made the save.
And get the rebound.
With this puck being so close to net, this is all a reactionary save.
There you go, Mikey.
Gaining space, maybe time. Got that in the trapper.
Oh, that puck just hit his glove.
Routine stop for the goaltender. The shooter's going to have to do a much better job challenging him.
Nice face-off work. Gets in.
Earlier this season, I started off 11 unbeaten in 11 games.
Possession in their own end.
And it's kind of
pitching it to McCollum.
Ever since losing in regulation to the Bucks, have been a bit of a struggle lately.
Pass attempt to O'Reilly.
Of course, I struggle with the Waco Wizards, the last place team.
Wonderful chance was set up
And the Bucks are giving me another run for my money here.
The bats continue to
See if I can
up the wing.
try to get something going. No. And looks like I'm going to get a penalty. Probably high sticking or slashing.
Grabbed off by O'Reilly.
So Nago leaves the net.
Vacated the goal crease so they can go with that extra
6 on 5.
Exchange is made.
Just touched the puck. There we go.
Penalty call coming.
First penalty of the game, and it's going to be a slashing call.
Austin's got a minor for slashing.
So who is that going? Looks like it's going to be Kellen Lane.
Anytime that you slide your bottom hand up your stick and swing your stick, you're going
Doesn't look too happy about it. 4:46 in the third period.
And so
Bucks will go on the power play.
Power play number 1. Let's see if it's power play goal number 1. Defensive zone win.
Come on, get it out of the zone. There we go.
4 minutes, 46 seconds.
Sliced right through the middle.
Thought I was going to get a breakaway there. Breakaway, there we go.
To clear.
Just clear it.
He's got it, but can he shovel it out of there? So on this power play, they will resume from their own end of the ice. Looking for options up the wing. Shoots a terrific shot block.
Block that one. Clear it.
And the heat's taken off by the clear. Makes that play deep. Moving along through the neutral zone. Must get it out. Finally lifted back out so they can get some fresh troops out. They must retreat and start back again. Knocked right off the stick.
There you go. Get a shorthanded goal right here.
Gets behind the net.
Not able to hold on to that pass.
Could be trouble near the line. And a save.
Killed some pretty good time right there.
Has to recoil and
30 seconds and a penalty.
Again. Good defensive play, hand to eye and center ice. And he throws it in, hopes of getting it back. Laredo's in possession as they travel up the wing. Lets it go. That's a great save. I was watching
Boy, this one that should just about do it.
No celebration this time. Not a free puck now. The bats with
all right, killed that penalty.
Kill. We're back at full strength.
These two teams have been pretty even for most of the night.
There we go.
A penalty now that is killed.
Look out, look out.
Really doesn't give anybody any momentum, but you got to be careful here as the game continues.
Gains the zone and looks over his options.
Oh, gotta find an open man. There we go.
At the point. Lets it go.
Got it. Travis Walsh. And the Bats have the lead, 3-2, 11:56 remaining in regulation. And that's going to be Travis Walsh's first goal of the season. .804 of the third period.
What a special moment, Doc. I see his friends in the crowd cheering him on. They made this trip to see him here tonight, and he delivered his first goal.
And for that rookie, it's the magical number 1. Good
And
for him.
Lane and
Letting the
Vanderpant
lead
on the
tape around
first,
that puck and
on the
a
assist
lot of
for
training on it before the
Travis
day's
Walsh, his
out.
first of the season.
Got it in his own end.
Oh, there we go. Center.
Laid on to McCulloch. Snaps a wrister.
Get it.
Good defensive
Try to
play.
get the
Loose puck, though.
jugular here.
And he's able to keep it in. Lets it go. Wonderful block. On the half boards to McCulloch. Big save.
Got to keep up the pressure.
And a rest. Solid, clean win. Moving it to Carlson. Good quick poke check there. Moved along and in.
Play some defense here.
Got it all.
There we go.
What a glove save. He showed him the glove and he
Good
took
save,
it
Coop.
away.
I know lots of people like high-scoring games. Well,
Dump this
actually,
in.
I'm one of them. But this has been almost like a well-played chess match. There's no room. There's no way that either team can find a way to get many more chances than there's been.
Look out.
Gives it over to the point. A great wrist shot. Got his glove on it.
All right.
Austin's headed out on the road after this contest.
So
And
one home
fans will be
game
looking
going
forward to
on
seeing
the
them
road
back
at
home,
Houston.
but it'll be a while before they get back here. A little over 8 minutes remaining in the period. We had a tie game until just moments ago. It's a one-goal contest. Robbery there.
Boy, he really had to battle through to see that screenshot.
Trying to get something
Keep up this
generated up
pressure
the
and they
wing.
can put this
Shoots one.
team away.
Save.
And the Bucks aren't a pretty good team here.
Glides across. Has it in his own end. Good job with the stick. Laredo setting things up through the neutral zone. It's dumped in.
Oh, this will be icing on me. Oh, no. Looks like Laredo got a stick on it.
Walking a thin
There we
line
go.
near the border there. Oh, what a stop.
Good try, Jeffy.
Laredo's carrying on at center ice.
He's been shaking his head in frustration, Doc. So is his coach. Goal number 1 continues to elude him.
Oh, and the pass wouldn't go. Shoots.
Oh, just wide of that one.
Laid that one back into the zone.
Well, that's a real good play at this time of the game.
Shot on.
Oh,
Got
I
a
thought I
piece
had
of
that one.
Austin's got possession in the defensive zone.
This will be icing.
Puck fired down. Decision made. Defenders first.
3:38 left.
I don't
See
care
if I can
how
hold
long
on
you
here.
dream about it, how many different ways you think you're going to score, but when you get your first in the NHL, it's a moment you will never forget. He's been grinning like a 5-year-old with a fistful of candy since.
They win the draw. Let's see if it pays off.
There you go, Coop.
Looks ahead to start something. The Bats organizing back in their own end. And he drops it in deep.
At this critical point, Doc, you got to make sure you have fresh bodies on the ice. That's why it's so important to get that puck in
Passed
deep.
up the, get out to the point.
Shoots one. That
Nope.
hits somebody. And it's a good pickup. He's in on an onside play.
A minute and a half left.
Laredo's controlling the play
Look for
in
that.
their own
Trying to
end.
pull the goalie soon.
Late in the game, the
There you
outcome
go.
is still in doubt. Up, Bumpy rides ahead.
In the third period.
Ice the puck.
And it is an icing, and back it comes. And check the
52.4
clock. There's not much
seconds.
time.
Schwartz is going to stop that puck all night long. It's not a difficult shot, but it's his positioning that makes it look so easy.
Coming up is the largest play in this game so far. The largest play. It's a draw. A big win. Let's see what happens.
Able to poke that one out of the zone. And they just pulled their goalie, so we got an empty net.
Goalie to the bench.
Going to play the empty net here.
Picks it up in his own end.
Get it. Get it out.
Fires. Blockered away. Austin
19 seconds.
Trying to get to
going for the empty net.
Net empty. He scores.
And that's the game. 23.2 seconds left. Bats have a 4-2 lead, and that's going to be another victory at the for the Bats. In front of the hometown crowd here at the Bat Cave. Kellen Lane is 5th of the season, empty net goal, 1937. And he's going to send this crowd home happy. And as mentioned before, the Bats are going to head on the road for the next 3 games, heading down to Houston, take on the Arrows. Bats are 0-2 against the Arrows this season.
A face-off win. Let's see what develops. And he dumps it
But
in.
with having winning their last 2 games, Bats going to have a little momentum on their side. But the Arrows are a very, very tough team. Expected capacity crowd at the Toyota Center in Houston.
Very important if he can
Final
clear this
seconds tick
puck
away
out.
here at the Bat Cave, and the Bats are going to come away with the victory.
And that will put this one officially into the books.
Horn sound, the game is over. Bats win it over the Bucks, 4-2.
With that
win, Doc, they found themselves with a tidy streak intact. The wins just keep on coming.
4th straight win for the Bats as they beat the Bucks here in the Bat Cave.
That's it for another great night at a hockey rink. For Eddie and Ray, Doc saying good evening, everyone.
And there's the game-winning goal by Travis Walsh. Final score, Austin Ice Bats 4, Laredo Bucks 2. Take a look at the final stats and the 3 stars of the game. A 4-2 victory for the Austin Ice Bats over the Laredo Bucks here in Austin. Total shots, Austin 32, Laredo 26. Time of the attack, 8:28 for the Bats, 5:03 for the Bucks. 1 penalty called this game, and that was a slashing minor to Kellen Lane. So the Bucks are 0 for 1 on the power play. Only penalty in the game tonight. Faceoffs are even at 12 apiece. Bats 0 for 3 on the breakaways, and we'll take a look at the 3 stars of the game. And the 3rd star of the game is Corey Cooper in goal, 24 saves, 923 save percentage. The number 2 star, Travis Walsh, with the game-winning goal, his 1st of the season. And the 1st star of the game is Kellen Lane with 1 goal and 1 assist. And a 4-2 victory for the Ice Bats over the Laredo Bucks here tonight. So it looks like we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here in Texas, everyone. And again, shout out to my newest subscriber. It sure was nice talking to you today. And Sick Truck the Gamer invited me to a conversation here, and looks like I'm going to go have a little conversation with him. So Sick Truck the Gamer, it was good nice talking to you earlier today. And thanks for watching my videos. Thanks for subscribing to my channel, and looking forward to talking with you again soon. Final score, Austin Ice Bats 4, Laredo Bucks 2. Good night, everybody from Texas.